Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Miguel entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
Alright, welcome back. Some more Tales of Arise, guys. Sorry, guys.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the...
How's this?
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
Usually join
I'm
up with
surprised
us
she
later.
slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danins and Renins have a chance of getting along?
Yeah, maybe.
We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got
No.
nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Oh, that should sound to the cat.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
That should talk to the cat.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Sure, you're pretty strong.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danin lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Facts.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elda Menencia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan Lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me. Not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
Hey.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before. But looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elda Menencia Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holing himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion!
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Sense one of your friends, Hoodles?
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them.
I'm gonna take these guys out.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Double demon fang! Double demon fang! Try this on for size!
They were astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
My turn! Double demon fang! I'm on it! Destruction in air!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Well, looky here.
We've got all the ingredients for that recipe now.
Great. I'll let you cook then.
Wait, what?
Huh?
No backing down!
Dance in the wind! Radiant
Get on
Take
this!
with the others! Gemini all surrounding us! Mega Ray!
Take this!
Air thrust! Gemini all
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
This one's mine!
It's over! I'm on it!
We got
Double demon fang!
Radiant Sun! Searing Flame!
You're mine!
You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, I'll come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Megasonic thrust! Pierce! I'm on it! Destruction!
Wind astral energy!
I'm even stronger than before.
There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Very guarantee how.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish. I've got something. That was disappointing.
No.
I've got something. That was disappointing.
Yes, let's go.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
Hmm. Let's see if I can catch something though.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. Okay, change of plans. Ha! All right. Dagnabbit! It got away. Reel it in. I'll let you go this time. I've got something. Dagnabbit! It got away.
Damn it.
Reel it in. I'll get you next time.
Let's go. You good? Wait, let's get back to my mid-surfing as well. Don't mind.
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
What's up?
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Yeah, he
Having
is.
guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
Yeah. Ooh.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
First.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret
You
this.
picked the wrong fight! Okay, here I go!
Please, Lancer!
I'm not done!
Dance in the wind!
My specialty.
You got nothing!
Take this!
Flying free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of that?
No sooner said than done!
It's over! Ignite! You're mine!
Ready to go! Eagle Fly! Lightning! Downfall! Now!
Win left! Light First force!
Radiant Genesis! Back into the front!
Now! Here I
Radiant Annihilation! Wait now.
Rip it apart!
Let's get you all out the way.
Eat this! Megasonic thrust! Now or never.
In here! Corruption!
Take this! Take this!
By the power of Radiant Gene! Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Radiant
Do it! Great!
More for the
These
target!
little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
All right! Blade piercing slow
Dance!
breath!
I can feel my power growing!
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
Damn, that's a lot.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves. For you, it may be a simple request, but nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being...
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should...
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer...
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience and...
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer, much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for?
Nah, just regret...
Oh, that was a lot of talk.
All right.
First time I pulled my secret weapon, I saw the red word stains.
There's nowhere to run from my heart! When he slows down, that's our chance!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf! Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Sleep now!
I'm not done!
In a bind!
Take this!
Lunar quiver!
You're finished!
Alright, it's showtime!
Prepare to be sealed. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Let's talk more
Take
doing.
this!
Thunder field! Annihilation! Let's go! Hey, one at a time! Sleep now! Glacial spear! I'll be evading this one!
I'm on it!
Freeze Lancer!
Here I come!
Now we're never
Lightning orb! Here I go! I'm only getting started! Energy!
in a bind.
Back into the Dragon Shell!
You're mine! You're...
Prepare to be sealed. In a bind.
Take this! You're finished!
I'll
finish you here and now.
In here!
No
Metal
escape!
Invading! Annihilation!
Take this!
Eagle
Stop!
Star.
It's showtime!
In a bind.
Here I come!
Dragon Blaster! Cover the caster! You're done!
Here I come!
Dance in the wind! Reload!
Take this!
Raging Cascade!
Take
Correction!
this.
Spread! Dance in the
No
wind!
further.
Whirlwind air drop!
Here I
It's
come!
over! Radiant look! Here!
I'm on a roll now.
Glacial Spear!
Destruction!
Here's evil! Thunder Blade!
Take this!
Prepare to be
Freeze Lancer!
sealed. No further.
You're mine! You're
Photon
finished!
Dance in the wind! Ready to go! Photon Rocket! I'm ready! I never miss! I'll tear you apart!
You're finished! Eat this!
Ready and ready.
No escape!
I can carve through
It's
walls.
over!
No further.
Now! Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara.
Now! Spear!
Not
Here's
again.
evil!
Talon Hurricane! It's over!
Evil Blade!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that...
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renin who has time to indulge in stuff like that.
Are you interested in this stuff too?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking. The history... You see, we Renins have hardly any such objects that trace back to our...
I still don't understand what you two...
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book...
I'll take your word for it. Well,
But of course, there's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having...
Brace yourself! This one's tough! Now I can let loose! Megasonic thrust!
Glacial Spear! Evil! I'm not so good with airborne targets. Freeze Lancer! Air Thrust!
You're mine!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's a
Here I
hero!
come! It's over!
There you go.
Megasonic thrust!
Raging Cascade! You're mine!
Eat this! It's time! In a bind?
I can handle it! More sword! Far enough! Do it! Thunder Tectonic Punch! Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! Pierce Evil! You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, I'll come help out.
How could a girl ever say no? These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Shattering the
Sword!
Attack!
Do it! Raging Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Looks like it could be worth something. It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet. Getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercise.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Megasonic Drop!
Radiant Pierce!
Take this!
It's a duel of the
Ignite!
Let you all go.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'm not done!
Radiant Pierce!
If it's in the sky.
I'm not feeling so great.
Take
Where
Can't
are you
move.
going? Watch your back! Back into the fray!
Nothing gets by me!
Gemini onward!
no further.
Annihilate! Far enough! Now! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation! I'll heal you all!
Not done yet!
Healing Supernova! Light Astral Energy! Searing Flame! Radiant Cascade! Radiant Flood! Air Thrust! Gemini Aqua! Arch Steel! Lunar Dreams!
You're finished! Megasonic Drop!
Here!
Here I come! You're finished!
Pieces! Attack!
Do it! Law!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Easy!
Way to go!
You're mine!
Primed and wrapped! Lightning Condemned! This one's mine!
I'll end you!
Thunderblade!
The astral energy is surging around me.
How do you even know about all that astrally stuff?
Same way I know what you do in the middle of the night.
What?
What?
Are you serious?
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything?
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! Burn! Take this! Here!
This works! By the power of
Megasonic!
ready to go! Hands in the wind! Air thrust! Here's a healing astral energy!
Enemy heals arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
You're mine!
Rolling
Megasonic
Smash!
Drop! It's over!
Raging glacial spear! Here's evil!
Destruction! Crush!
Freeze blast!
I may have bit off more than I
That
could
gun of
chew.
yours is real handy in a pinch.
It takes a true marksman to use.
Well,
Don't mind if I
can't think
do.
of anyone better than you, Xion.
You're mine! Eat this! Take this!
Resurrection!
Crush!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! By the power of water!
I'm on it! You're done!
You're mine!
Swallow dance!
Everyone hanging in there?
Sure builds up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's that big tower over there?
I hate camping out.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is. Guess I'll polish up my sword. Mind if I join you, Law?
Hey, Alphen. When do you find the time to train?
What's brought this on all of a sudden?
It's just, even without the blazing sword, you'd still be able to hold your own, right? But I never see you training.
I'd hardly call it a regimen. Unless exchanging blows with Zeugles counts.
I mean, sure, I get that real-life practice beats training any day. But you must have the odd trick or two up your sleeve.
I just told you. I really don't.
Wait, I've got it. It's your armor, right? You channel the extra weight into your strikes and...
It's actually not as heavy as it looks.
So not the armor, huh? In that case...
Just calm down a little, would you? Why are you so fixated on this anyway?
Well, because I want to make myself stronger.
You're strong enough as it is. I almost feel sorry for those Renan soldiers.
It's not enough. I need to keep working to get stronger. I won't allow myself to fail anyone again.
Law?
I'm useless the way I am now. If someone else dies because of me...
Law!
Sorry.
Damn.
Spiraling into self-doubt won't do me any favors. I know that.
None of us are invincible, Law. We're all just getting by, doing the best we can.
That's all we can ask of each other, right? It's as good a place as any to start, I guess.
To start what?
My new training regimen, of course. And what better way to kick it off than push-ups? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I admire your enthusiasm. Just don't overdo it, okay?
Just wait. You'll see how strong I can get. See you guys tomorrow. I feel pretty refreshed after that sleep.
Not this way, I guess. Not this way, I guess. Not this way, I guess. Guess I misread the landing. Not this way, I guess.
That's it. Alright guys, I'm ending the video here, y'all. So what do you do? So next time, so future, y'all. Peace out.